Let's take a brief look at drag and drop dependencies within Big Fathom. Big Fathom supports drag and drop visualizations of dependencies. Let's take a look at this by diagramming our thought process on what it would take to become an airplane pilot. We've started off by creating a project where the name of the project is simply become an airplane pilot. We're going to come up with some work items represented here as goals for becoming one. And in no particular order, let's assume to become a pilot, we're going to have to pass some exams. Furthermore, let's go ahead and assume that there's a flight exam. Possibly there's also a written exam. And to pass the exam, certainly we'll have to study. Let's say we're going to study some books. And certainly we're going to have to take some classes. And what else can we think of? Well, to take classes, I guess we're going to have to find a school. Now let's organize all of these things in some reasonable way that illustrates the dependencies between them. So to become a pilot, it's fair to say we probably need to pass the exam. So what's illustrated here in Big Fathom, shown with a line of influence, the direction illustrated here by the arrow, is that to be successful in becoming a pilot, you have to pass the exam. To pass the exam, well, we've identified there being a written exam, and we've also identified that there would be a flight exam. Notice in Big Fathom, the illustration is showing that to pass the exam, this is influenced by the successful completion of the written exam and also the flight exam. In addition to that, we identified that we should probably take some classes. Being successful in the classes probably leads to being more successful in the written exam, and also probably leads to being more successful in the flight exam. We identified the need to study some books. Studying the books probably helps us with the written exam. And of course, finding a school is something that would need to happen before we start taking classes. So now, what do we see here? We see in our diagram that to become an airplane pilot, we need to pass an exam. To pass the exam, we're saying that we need to pass a written exam, we need to pass a flight exam. We're also saying that we will do better on the written exam if we study books. We're also saying that we're going to take classes because that will influence success in the exams. And we're also saying that we need to find a school. We can see this diagram and interpret it as things on the left have to happen before things to the right. We can change our mind about assignments at any time, and so on.